Yo, what's going on you guys? My name is Zeppelin and welcome back to the channel. Now, this is a video that I'm quickly recording before the video you're about to watch that I'm going to be putting in front of every reaction from here on that I am doing on the Greta Van Fleet Battle at Gardens Gate album. The reason I'm doing this is because I was kind of struggling to sit down and finish the album. I've been finding myself kind of stressed for time lately, and on top of that having to do an intro and an outro onto all of them was just getting a bit tedious when I wanted to kind of sit and just listen to the songs piece by piece and give my reaction to them and then straight away move on to the next one without really having to worry about giving the typical intros and outros that you get from a YouTuber. So I decided that I would actually do them here. So this will be played in front of every video. So if you enjoy this video that you're about to watch, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe if you're interested in seeing more, and make sure to leave a comment down in the comments below telling me what you think of the reaction of the song and whether you agree with me or not. I want to hear all opinions, so make sure to leave them for me down in the comments below. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Peace. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our penultimate track, Greta Van Fleet, Trip the Light Fantastic. Here we go. Interesting already. Interesting. Right, I'm going to throw a pause there quickly because I can't really tell by the progression where would be a good place to pause in this. It's, this is one of those pauses that's just to avoid copyright. I still kind of formulating what I think on it. If I was to give my thoughts on it just right now, from what I've heard so far, it sounds like it is falling into a little bit of that generic category. However, it is giving me vibes to certain things, make me think that that could change. That's not going to end up as generic. It just, I don't know, that sound. It's because it's such an old sound. People will always love that sound, okay? Don't get me wrong on that. There's always going to be a place for a sound like that, and that's why a band like this should always exist. And it's great that they're doing it, but I have never sat through a whole classic rock album before. And it's sort of the genericness that of a rock song that sort of makes, you know, it makes me understand why I haven't sat through a classic rock album before. Like, for me, this album is so top heavy that I wouldn't sit and listen to the whole album on its own again recreationally. I'd pick out songs from it. That's probably just the causality of my generation, really, where we've got so much music so easy to access. A lot of people my age and all don't listen to albums as such anymore, and it's a sad thing. But there is something I definitely appreciate about this album as a whole, and its tonality, but the genericness still does get me and irk me. But I'm not necessarily saying that this is generic as of yet. It's just giving me those vibes of being one of the more generic ones. But we'll let it keep playing and I'll expand on what I'm talking about later.
Away from away.
curious to where the song is gonna go. Nice harmonies there. That's a good, or not harmonies, additional voices. Worked well. Alright, pausing there. Last pause. Don't worry, just again, more of a copyright pause. I've been quite quiet throughout this one, and I was throughout the last one as well. I have heard a lot of good things about the very last song, so I feel like these songs are sort of giving it a breathing room for the last song in this album to flourish. At least that's sort of what I'm thinking for now, because this is just... It's not bad. It is not bad. Alright, and I know I've been getting some dislikes. I know there are some Greta Van Fleet fans out there not happy with me. But rock fans are a particular bunch. And I'm a rock fan myself, so I can say it. We're a weird crowd, okay? We're a very strange crowd when it comes to likes and how we think how things should be liked within the genre of rock, or sort of whereas you have pop or anything else, it's so sort of hive mind in the way people think. I like to think that maybe fans of rock are more free thinkers and therefore become even more opinionated about what they like and dislike. So even seeing people dislike my stuff on this and not agree, and there's been people, actually this is something I want to say really quickly, this is for the people who sit and watch the entire video and don't skip through, is that everyone has been fantastic in their kind of constructive criticism and disagreements on the Greta Van Fleet stuff throughout the entire listening of the albums. Like it's been amazing, you know, everyone's just so, you know, it's like, yeah, well, you know, I like this more, and for this and that you should check out this, but no one's been like, hey, screw you man, this is great, you were wrong. You know, everyone has sort of been quite nice and respectful about it, and you know, while really negative comments wouldn't really get to me, I'm not really that kind of person, it's still, I feel like I should still show my appreciation for people being so kind, essentially, because you can be kind in negative comments. A lot of people don't understand that, but I understand that, I think, more than anyone. I'm a giver of constructive criticism quite a lot. But yeah, and I'm probably going to get some on this, because this song isn't really doing it for me. But we'll finish it out, and I'll give my final thoughts. Again, interesting, this in the final third. There we go. Okay, Greta Van Fleet, Trip the Light, fantastic. Okay. Well, I'm going to go straight to scores. I know I said scores, I'd have to rank maybe more so on comparison to the rest of the album. That's what I'd said in the last video. But I think I'll give the score and a comparison. So, for me, it is one of the weaker songs in the album again. One of the weakest. I was originally going to give it maybe a 6.5 because it didn't really hit with me whatsoever. However, I think I'm actually going to give it a 7 for one reason that I only really thought of there coming into the final third of the song, is that it's sort of something I strayed away from my last few reaction videos that I didn't really take into consideration, which I was initially at the beginning of the album, was the tonality of the entire album, the story that the album is telling, as something that is being done in this album way better than anything they've ever put out before. And this song, while it may not sit with me well, sounds like it's coming to the end of the album, like tonally. It sounds like it's sort of the weight of the story that's being told is beginning to lift, so to speak, that there's a lift coming into the end. And I've heard again at the end song is very good, so I'm very curious to kind of go on and see how they finish things up. But this would probably be in my bottom 3 overall. But in saying that, I mean, I suppose I'm not going to really give... I'll give like an inkling of my final rating of the album overall, like, and for the moment it's around a 7. But that's good for them, because I would have given the last album they did a 5, if even. It was bad. There was a few good songs in there, but there were some terrible ones in my opinion. And another reviewer that I really like, ARTV, I think talked about this album, and I think he gave it a 7 or like a 3.5 out of 5, which is like an equivalent to a 7 out of 10, and I'm kind of largely in agreement with that, to be honest. There's some really good songs in there, but my opinions on that could change as we go into the last one. So yeah, I'm going to just get straight into the last one. I want to see how it goes. So, outro Zeppelin, take it away. Wow, well I hope you enjoyed that reaction. Remember, if you did, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and make sure to leave a comment down in the comment sections below. I really hope you enjoyed. This is the outro I'll be using for the rest of these videos, similarly to the intro, just to make sure that I can power through and get these reactions done as quickly as possible and get these videos out for you, because I know I have been terrible on getting this series out, and a lot of people have shown interest in it, which I am very thankful and supportive of, so I want to do you guys justice and make sure to get this out. So I hope to see you in the next one, unless this is the last one, in which case thank you very much for listening and being a part of it, and I hope to see you in the next set of reactions that I do in the future, or for any more reactions to stuff that Greta Van Fleet releases in the future. Take it easy, guys. Peace.